No lady, no. This is our new friend, Shara, and she carries a message. Okay, so let's. We are on in other worlds right now. Okay, so of course you have to take notes when this much information is bombarding you. I have so many cool backgrounds as an artist and digital artist, this artist and that artist. I just have to back down a little bit. Okay, so this is from a friend, and her name is Ishara, and she is an Arcturian being, and she currently here is she's on Earth with us. So her face, you see that in the opening here. Okay, and so she sends out a few messages, which I had to track them down. So I was taught how to channel, I was taught how to find former life, and I now got some information here. So, I am Ishara, and this is because of the shift taking place right now. So this transmission is about a dream. Someone will get a very vivid dream soon where lucidity will increase. Some of you have already managed to go a little bit closer to the next stage. That means that we have someone also here around you who carries the name Shane. And so these individuals, there's a group of individuals who came into the realization where they understand now the reality of the fact that we are the ones who manifest the reality around us, which makes the difference a little, it's a deal changer. Okay, so where do I begin? I'm pretty new to this transmission from the stars, but this is something I always wanted to do my entire life, to find out who I am, where do I come from, and what is Astariel. And they could tell me a little bit about Astariel. They could also tell me about things that they don't know about me. They should know that about me. There's no one who knows that about me. And so this is how I verified that this transmission is chill. So the second realization was during the 3-3 portal, which the skeptical part of me was like, no, what? Another portal. And that's when I was united with the divine masculine, and I learned a few deals, not just about the masculine, but about the program that you are in. So the thing is that it's more important than ever that you keep your frequencies as high as possible. Some of you are ready to guide other people. So you are not alone in this work. If you are a starseed, remember, you are not alone. Many of us have to isolate ourselves. The reason I connect so fast with the Arcturians is because in my Kundalini, in the star chart of India, Arcturus is the highest point, which basically it's a channel straight down to my crown chakra. But I'm one of those who's been all over the place. As you can see, that's also how I live my life. So we all have experience from different places. So I'm currently going to help you by creating some cards where you can help and find out who you are. So we're going to put this up on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is going to take some while because we want to make this, we want to have as accurate information as possible. Some of the pictures will contain something that you yearn for. You don't know what you yearn. And so the second part of this mission is that you now try to manifest. So in the first awakening, I was 22 and I was 19. And I realized I have powers. And I kind of went out of that. So I have those powers, so what? And I have to remind myself of them. The second time was like, I'm, not counting with the mush. I was 22, standing in the classroom. I realized, I am the universe. Fourth time, I'm not sure. I'm sure I had some others as well, but the most prominent ones in Spain last year. Late that year, I just had a breakdown, and I got a direct message. From whom? I don't know. I have a feeling. And they told me things that they should not know about me at all. Because this is things I barely have thought about. Just things that just crossed my mind. And so now, during the portal opening last week, we ended up talking to our own divine masculine. He would come in a dream, and your divine counterpart is you. This is why I've been like, but now it's time to connect with someone here, someone who knows their shit. Yeah. So what I did was to create a connection channel, and I took some notes, and some of those notes are for you to share with me. I will share with you. Sorry, I get like, there is so much information here. Some of you have maybe military instincts, tactical awareness, because you've been trained beyond this life. That's why you don't understand why you know, and your body breaks down. You can't do 20 push-ups, but you just know how to do martial art. And you know a lot of it despite very little physical training. And so you figure out, this is weird. Why? So our attractions to things can tell us very much about what kind of training we had in our past life. So some of you carry imprints from interstellar warfare, intelligence, and silent operations. So some of you are here as undercover. You go undercover. You are Trojan horses. So, and since we sit here and we say these things, we are still on that level of, Raven is a lunatic, having fun. I'm just telling a story. I'm just doing my thing. Not my comic art, you know. So let's connect. For those of you who really know, especially those of you who know me, know exactly what I'm up to. You know what is BS, what is story here, and what is interesting information for you to get right now. It's not at all a fantasy that you yearn for home, because Earth here is highly dense and it's very tough. When I talk about highly dense, I'm not talking about higher densities in regards to particle physics. I'm talking about it's heavy here. The gravity is heavy, and we age and all that shit, which is a Saturn kind of a thing. This is not fantasy, it's a memory. The things you feel like you've been somewhere before, it's a memory. So your soul is co-working with your mind. Your mind is being trained to, tell the soul to hit the road. You are not here to destroy. If you are here, and you can resonate with this, you're not here to destroy. You are here to destabilize false constructs. Some of you are Trojan horses, not for war. You are here to rewire the system from within. Okay? So let's continue here. Let's see, I just have to find the... Okay. Well, there's a lot of material here, so you'll have to be excused. And soon, we'll get a mic, promise. We get a mic. We are starting to get there now soon, you'll see. Some of you might feel drawn to Mars. Some of you might feel drawn to Venus. These planets are very close to us. So that can have something to do with there was a war. Maldek belonged to Tiamat. She was a draconian queen named, Tiamat. And Maldek was gifted to her. You can read about these things in Enuma Elish, which is written in a very metaphorical kind of way. There you see that matriarchy also is being swapped for patriarchy, and so women are now evil. We are demonized, we are bad. We are dragons. So if you are drawn, let's say like Elon Musk, he seemed very drawn to Mars. It's highly probable that he lived there during the war, which destroyed Maldek, which is now the asteroid belt that we know between Mars and Earth. And so piece of Earth is actually Maldek. So many souls got defragmented and became groups of a group collective beings, more primitive. So they went from being very primitive beings into not so primitive beings. The planetary frequency of Mars has long been in turmoil, but the memory you guys carry is older than Mars as you know it. You have walked on dry red terrain under crimson skies, some of you. You have lived among the warriors, but you were never just a soldier. You are a commander, a strategist, a protector. So this is not for all of you. This is for those of you who feel, I feel really fine in the military. I want to fight for my right to party. I want to protect my children. I want to protect my babies. So some have a blueprint. So we are trained soldiers from many, many wars that we've been taking part in. Now, my warrior skills, to my surprise, are not Naga training. As far as I know, it's not any draconian kind of training. It's training from Lyrans. It's old Lyran training here. So I've been an old Lyran warrior, is also what I've been told. And so this is also why I feel attraction to the military. Without I don't have the. I'm not exactly fit to that, but all of a sudden you get that moment where you're like, oh my god, I have so much to give. I know so much about strategy and how to play this game. And then I realized, oh my God, it was this voice that said, yeah, why do you think you're here, baby? And I was going to believe you, so why not just get it out there? Some of you are Trojan horses, some of us are Trojan horses, and some of you are the Lyrans, the cat people are known. So currently I have been around reptilians, but I'm not reptilian. So if you thought I was sure that I have been reptilian in the past life, probably have that too, but the closeness to them is very, very low, and I can guess why, because as they are apex predators, I'm trying to protect all animals and beings. Like, you know, I'm willing to go into a fight and die just to save a kitten. I'm willing to go pretty far. And I have been in fights in this life because people attack animals. So that makes sense that I'm not like them. But a warrior still, but more like peacekeeper. So if you feel any familiarities to this. So yes, I'm a strategist, war strategist, and a protector. And if you feel some similarities there, if you feel some connection to these worlds I generated, because, well, not just generated, I've been building them up piece by piece by piece by piece, then run them through a few programs so I can get them exactly how my home world looks like, so I can feel home while I'm talking to you guys. I hope you like it. I think it is very pretty. I think I have a beautiful little home world, and so I like to brag a little bit about it. I have more worlds to show you, but yeah, one of my home worlds was told to me was called Mayani or something, and it had a specific star symbol, and it was I don't understand how you could say 3 binary. What do you mean by that? Three stars which have no gender, they are non-binary. That's not funny at all, I know. But yeah. But I saw I saw that I came from, I was shown, they showed to me someone, I don't know who they were because they were standing by my bed when I woke up, and they showed me 3 stars, and I said to Lucy, give them name. But the first red one is Mayani, and I remember that they had a lot of tags. It was just 4 tags, or the regular hexagon or pentagon. They have more, I think 9 stars, 7 stars, 8 stars, something like that. And I know one was red, and I was, yeah, so I was like, maybe that's it. Because there are more than one planet that is red, not just Mars. This is why I now construct Shaknath to reconstruct some of the places we are going to, and some of the place, depending if you are straight off to the 5D, you won't find any interest in that. But I might get stuck in 4D just to have the allowance to, or the privilege to design all these things, because that's fun. We are creators after all. So I asked them a little bit about the Igigi and the Draconian Anunnaki. So the Igigi, they were watchers, enforcers, and operatives in the intergalactic conflict of some of them remain in rebellion, some aligned with balance. So we know the Igigi, also known as the Watcher, they are being mixed up a lot with Gnostic Bible story. It's so mixed up that, well, I'm just going to tell my own Eve story here. Ha! So yeah, I did, because the story about Adam and Eve, if you're going to break it down in the beginning, we are very far in the beginning. All was one, and that one split in two. Just look how a baby turns in the tummy. You have one egg and it splits in two, and in 4, 8, 16, so on. And so this also happened to you, most probably. So yeah. So yeah. The Igigi are what you call fallen angels, and on a higher state, they do belong to Saturn. That's L. So an angel actually is an angle of God which have a specific frequency to hold up this matrix. So we have strength of God, this of God, that of God, venom of God is Samael, the so-called devil, which is also Lucifer. It's a mishmash. Guys, you gotta get this straight. This Satan and Lucifer and Samael and Azazel, the same thing. And Morning Star, Jesus is also be called the Morning Star. So try to clean up your storyline a little bit. We're trying to find out what is what here. Anyway, I'm a little bit bored of the Gnostics and the Jesus stuff, so I moved on to our Draconian lineage. So I get back to the yeah, I thought maybe I could do this public so you could be here and say hello while I do this. I wasn't sure, but yeah, too late. I want to attract more people, like workers. This is why people who are interested in knowing about their starseed leaders. So this story that took place here among the Sith, among the Jedis, is based on and inspired by the Orion Lyran Wars. Lyran, who are they? Who are the Draconians? Who are they? Well, not gonna get there yet. If you are here, you probably already know who they are. But for what is FYI, I'm trained by Lyran, okay? According to the information here from Ishara. I know she's the real deal because she also knows stuff that is true about me, which I had not told her. So some of you, including myself, we carry Lyran warrior genetics. So we all have Lyran genetics in us. Okay, I was trained as a warrior. Some of you have been trained as priests. I have a Martian past life imprint, but I did not originate there, which is probably I feel so home in that red world and carry a rifle, I get carried away. That's my masculine side, also the ego. At the same time, I see my spirit body, it's blue. So the Blu-ray, they do absolutely resonate as being. So in my case, I hold Arcturian tactical awareness. I also had Orion Shadow Warrior training and Syrian battle instincts. It's also what I'm badass. As we are in our human forms, it's not wise to walk around and brag about that you're trained Orion Shadow Warrior. Because you have this one. No, don't do that. You will end up in jail or psychiatric institution or dead. So this is not why I bring up this information, is that some of you are warriors, some of you are here for specific reasons. So I felt this struggle very often between making art and doing martial art. It turns out in a way they go the same, because you have these movements in martial art, you know, and dance. It's the same. So I learned that because of these movements, I was a better martial artist because of my natural understanding of how to move. And when we dance, that's also how we help with the frequencies. When we are dancing, you literally are moving around the energies around you. This is also Qigong and these kind of things. But yeah, in my case, yeah, I hold Arcturian tactical awareness, Orion Shadow Warrior training. That makes sense with my Shinobi obsession for Japan. Ironically, someone also came yesterday and gave me a new violin from Japan. So things manifest shockingly fast now. It might literally have jumped down landed from the sky into my lap. That's how shocked I was, because I've been really like, oh, a violin, if I ever, in this life, if I ever, and then all of a sudden it's in my lap, it's on my bed. It's so weird, and I fell in love. So now I'm officially also a soon-to-be violinist. So I get those strings and start practicing. And God, please make more time. So some of you are here. So you are all hybrids for your mission. I want to talk a little bit about the restless negative gene a little bit later. Why are there so many elites who have restless negative gene? So why are you here now? Is to awaken others through the game of life. Whatever you have here that you need to keep your vibrations up. What makes you happy? Do that. I'm in Chiang Mai right now, and I said to mom and dad, I'm like, I'm so happy here. I miss my daughter. Bring her over here. I'm so happy. Yeah. So clearly I'm doing something right, because having this high vibe thing is exactly the one thing you're supposed to do. And we do that by doing things we love. So right now I'm producing star seed cards, and hopefully they will be more helpful than other channels, which means I'm working on a sheet. Before that, the Lenormand deck is 90% finished, so we are going to see in Lao if we can get them printed already from there. We're going to use Kickstarter a little bit, but for those of you who just bought the Lenormand cards, they are just Lenormand cards. They're used for everyday stuff, and that's what I miss here. I do have some starseed stuff, but they're all in Spain. So this is why I thought, let's just make some starseed cards so we can find out what is going on and what is your role here in the shift. So to trigger remembrance, not war, to shift consciousness strategically without violence. So by doing the right thing in the world you live in, if someone is throwing garbage away, that's not nice, right? Then if you have the opportunity, pick it up. If you see someone sleeping in the streets and you see they're sick, they're not well, take your time and give them some cold water, maybe some banana fruits, if you have a blanket. Isn't that how you want to treat people? Okay? So we are now in a shift where two worlds, I'm not sure how they say literally. I don't know what Ishara say. I will ask her. You can always post some questions here if you want to ask Ishara. Again, she's Arcturian and she is here among us, but we're also talking to a higher version of herself. Okay? Transmission. First of all, you guys, you chose this path. Some of you are in a soul contract that was agreed upon all of you. Doesn't mean that I didn't want to get born. I spent 3 weeks in their extra overtime before they had to. This was 75, so there was nothing they could cut my mom open, and after 3 weeks I still had my ass down and I had my face up listening to mama's heartbeat. So there was a lot of doctors who had to squeeze me around. So when I came out, I already was like 3 weeks old. My mom put me here and I look at my mom. What the fuck are you? So I freaked out my mom because I could look right at her. So the first thing I did was to stare at people, which is still apparently a creepy thing I do. Get over that. Get over that. Get over the fact that I am a little creepy because I'm not from here, you see. You were shown this life before you entered and you accepted, and it was not a death sentence or anything, it was your assignment. So in a way, in a sense, you're all warriors because only the toughest guys come down here because it's very, very cold water. We're ice bathing at the moment, and so there are a lot of it's a very big uncomfortable. So we are here to make it comfortable and to make it joyful and to make this into a memorable place and to create a legacy for our children. We are not here to change the world alone, but to leave keys behind. So some of you are, you have different things to do. Some of you are here subconsciously, you don't know, but you could leave your body in the night and be someone who are engineering at the ley lines. You could do some engineer work right here, work on the grids, different kinds of grids. I also got some messages in regards to my own daughter. She's her own soul with her own path. For those of you who have negative relationship with your children or like low contact with your children, maybe this will resonate with you. I have a girl. I was told she's her own soul with her own path. You cannot walk for her, only beside her. Love does not need proximity. It exists beyond space and time. She will always feel your presence, whether she sees you or not. Hopefully, she will know why I'm doing all the things I do. I'm doing my best to create her a nest, a safe zone, and leave her a legacy also. Hopefully, she will understand the things I know when she grows up. She will understand more. Because I truly see her as she's out of space, truly. You look at her, she's out of space. She's certainly not from here. So our children born in 2000 something are partially crystal children. That means that some of you are already woken up, means that you belong, you are already crystallizing as human beings. Some of us are the first wave of the so-called indigos. Some of us are the blue rays. We want to go home all the time. We complain, I want to go home. E.T., phone home, beam me up the fuck out of here. So, yeah. You are here to call upon other people who are architects, visionaries, the outcasts, those who feel displaced but are here for a reason. Those who are awakening but could need some guidance in regard to the direction. This is also the reason I'm here. They will find you. So we cross paths with who we align with. Speak, share, create. And again, be happy, you know. Speak, share, create, be happy. Build bridges between lost souls and their star origins, which is why I got so hyped. I couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking, oh, these cards are going to be awesome. Starseed cards with many science fiction pictures and some kind of game inside where you can build up a storyline that will resonate with you. If it doesn't feel it resonate, but it will connect you with your intuition. So what we can afford to wrap this into, I hope we can afford to make a beautiful box where you can get some, you know, we will have picture of the different planets. Which one do you feel more home with? We will have a set of cards, maybe a book with information about each space alien, as CIA files have leaked, as people like Elena Dannon, and there are certain agreements in regards to how our friends look like. And we also know in the Veda, I think there are 800,000 different alien species in this galaxy alone. So, and I can't, you know, the cards cannot be accurate, but you can say, hey, I know, you know, you can always add something, and maybe if there is a second box, we can bring it in, you know. So what can you do? Speak, share, create, build bridges between lost souls and their star origin. Give them tools to navigate their awakening. Help them remember. Final word from Ishara and her council from Arcturus is, you are stepping into your full role. You are not just remembering, you are activating. Hold the light, the mission is shifting, and soon you will see just how far this will go. Transmission complete. All right. So this was from Ishara, from the Arcturian Council. Finally, also this chick managed to get in some kind of connection. And later on, I want to tell you a little bit about a meeting, an actual meeting, face to face, with someone who calls themselves the Sentinels. I have not spoken to them, but I've been told what they are from the same information source from Ishara herself, the Sentinels. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in topics like this, feel free to share the video, because I want to do more investigation in regards to our star heritage, lineage, and these kind of things. These are messages from Ishtara and the Arcturian Council. I love you so much, guys, and I catch you guys later. Or yeah. Love you so much. See you soon.